Right, the phone's working really good now. I've just done a bit of preaching then, and when I listen to what I've got to say, I sit back and think, cool, do you know, so I'm pretty certain when people hear what I've got to say, I'm not going to say everybody, I think their outlook on life will be a little bit different from what it is now. Because what it is, I'm sitting here now, I don't have to do what I'm doing, but when I look at this life and look at certain things in life, well, I've just seen something on telly now where you see this rocket going up into the sky and you see these beams hitting this certain rocket and all sort of that. And next minute, you know, it's exploding. And it makes you think, if there is other people up there now looking down and all what we do on this planet, I always think one day something is going to happen. No matter what we do, we are going to pay the price big time. Because most people can't see what we can see. Because we're too wrapped up in a world where we've got our own things, we've got everything, we don't have to worry about nothing, all the wealth and everything. It ain't all about wealth. You can have all the material things in the world. Material things mean nothing. What does mean something is life. You're going to make the most of life. Like I said before, how long is it going to be for someone on this love program commit suicide or playing with people's hearts? And when it happens, you realise, cool, I ain't having it at the moment. It has happened back a little bit. I'm going forward now. And when it does happen, you say, you know, you're right, it has happened again. Because people think money's everything in life because they can win that prize at the end. But isn't it nice when you all go on that programme, you're all good friends of each other, you're all lovely, but halfway through it you get faults in each other because why? Because we're finding things out about what we like and how we all start putting each other down. Listen, we're only on this earth for a very, very short time. And like I said before, on this earth, when you think how lucky we are very lucky, but a lot of people can't see the real light. Like I said before, many people look at you and they judge the way you look. Well, all I've got to say to them, but look in the mirror and you're going to get old one day and you change overnight. And something happens in life where we might become very ill and then we're not the same. This ain't that, like I say, it's going to happen. But when it does, we all look different then. We all look at people a bit different. Isn't it weird what we've got to do? There we are, we're putting each other down. And I say to the people, bodies, you don't like me, do you? What about this then? If you was going down the road and you were trapped in a car and a man come along and pulled you and saved your life, you'd think him, what a good man you are. That could be me. Or when that day come, I can say, it's me, but it does happen like, because I know stories, there's a Jewish person and a German man. I think the Jewish person was walking the little girl along the river, it's just feeding the ducks. Fell into the river, this little girl, and the man sat across from the side. He dived and he saved the little girl's life. And the bloke nearly started to cry, and the reason why, because it was a German man that saved that little girl. He weird then he realised then, without all the politics and all the religion and all the rest of it in the world, he realised there was good and bad. But look what it takes to turn around and say, what a good man you are. Before, he didn't like me. But now he liked me because of what I've done. Isn't it weird what we all got to do to prove yourself? I goes in the garage one day and this bloke, I call him Sambo, like, at the end of the day, because he had a chip on his shoulder. So I went in the one day, I said, well, I've been outside a few times and I've seen blokes got the umbrella because he said, well, I never said that, you would have given out 10 quid back. And I thought, you know, and then all said, I had to say something. He said, let me say so, Sambo. I said, do you realise there's a white man and a black man in front fighting the war for the English and for them as well, both colours? And if it weren't for like the black man and the white man, we wouldn't be on this planet today. So really, some people got a chip. You look on the telly, you see black people and white boys, they win things. Ain't it good how they ain't got on with each other and the rest of the world can't go? Because some people got a chip, listen. Don't you find how long we've been on this earth, so many hundreds of years, all we keep doing is going back in time. What about this? It will give you something to think about. The world, this is right. When you watch telly and see all this sad things you see, you imagine a child being born today, not knowing nothing about what's going on. Now we're going to go forward, not backwards. And he didn't know nothing about the what's name. Later he might get fired. But if you want to make a better world, you got to go forward, but all we keep doing is going back, seeing all these war films of Hitler. Listen, we can always talk about it like that, but when you watch these films one after the other, all the killing, all the wars and killing, You think, ain't we learnt a lesson at the moment? Because all we seem to do is keep putting programs on this telly, and we're looking at the things, what did happen, what happened. To show things like that, it just seems like it's never ever going to get better. And the reason why, because we've got so much hatred for certain things in the world that are happening. Look at this ISIS thing now. They've got a rocket across the other side, and when their children getting blown to me, I want these soldiers to think, let's turn the tables round the other way and make out it's their kids who are getting blown up on both sides. Then you realise how right I can be. And then when you get these soldiers fighting, then you go up to so before you start causing war, because you think it's right what we're doing, to own land, we don't own no land. Because when we reach the end of this life, there's nothing. We all own nothing. And we're killing for nothing. Because if you can't see the light beyond, you got to be blind, because you're only on this earth and so on. And I do know this. When it's going to happen, I don't know. I don't want to know. We are slowly wiping the human race out. And when it's gone, we will never ever be seen again on this planet. And when you get all these bombs and all these wars and all this thing, we keep selling all these weapons and nuclear bombs and everything. With the gases in the air, when we drop these atom bombs and test these atom bombs, does man realise what he's doing? Because we can't breathe soon, we get a lot of cancer, we get a lot of asthma, we get all these things. Because what we're breathing in this sky, in the air, we ain't going to win. We're just going down and downhill. Because I'm going to tell you, I'd hate to say when it's going to happen. When it does happen, it's too late. Because if you think this will happen, you've only got to watch certain programs and see through thousands of years what hell we've been wiped off the planet, what. Because we've been given the chance, the human race, and I'll tell you what I do now. You've only got to look at the world and see all what we're seeing. You've got ISIS now, rockets killing women and children on both sides. Do you realise we're only here for a short time? And I'm going to tell you what I know. You know what I'm preaching is for real. Because when you're just about to go up in that old sky or whatever you believe in, you realise then there's nothing you can do now. It's all too late. But I think if most people could come back and see the real light, that'd be different. But this ain't a rehearsal, this is real. You have got to make the most. And I think when people hear what I've got to say, this will touch a few people's heart. But do you know what it is? It takes some time to sit down and watch the way we're all passing through. And then you stop for a minute like I'm doing right this moment and explain what I'm seeing in life. Many people can't see that because while we're all going forward, we don't think about what's going to happen in the future. I don't have to know, because I do know sooner or later we are going to pay the price. I don't have to pray, I don't do nothing, because I tell you what I do know. You can have all the beliefs in the world, you can be right what you believe in. When you do this about leave this life and in that box, all you want is a bit of rotten bit of meat and there's nothing. But the soul and spirit will come out. And I do know this. In that box there's no religion, there's nothing. You can call religion whatever you want and how right you can be. All I know we're doing in this soul life is getting worse and worse. All the things we're doing, all the sad things, the people being tortured in the world. You travel this world and see all the things, the people got no water, and there we throw loads of food away. I know it can never be a perfect world, but I do know one thing. We should all together unite as all brothers and sisters. Who gives a fuck what colour you are, black, white, pink, we'll all live at the end of the day. You go in these hospitals, you get all different nationalities, nurses, every nationality, even people like Germany, French, France, whatever, in this whole world. And then you look at life a little bit different, because why? Sometimes in that hospital, the nurse is saviour. It might be a certain nationality that we're not all that keen on. But at the end, let's switch off and live your life the way it's meant to live, because all life is a very short passageway. And at the end of this soul life, I can guarantee you one thing. We're all going to be dead and gone. So that when we are, then you'll realise how quick life is. And if we could all take the clocks back, we'd like to do something completely different. We can't do it. Why? For the simple reason, at the end of the day, we made this life, and now we're going to be punished for what we're doing. I'm going to switch up now at the moment, but I will be doing quite a lot of this. I'm going to download this soon. People are going to get to realise, and also, I will mention about the Queen as well. I also know this as well. It's nice, because in some of these circles we all come from, and all the dark sides we know about, it's known about, even me, myself, the things we can't talk about, Now, when you're up in that sky and you do look down, you think, you know, I think that man can be right. Because why? We can have all these jewels, but if something did happen tomorrow, what would they be worth? Nothing. And why you here? There's something. Why? Because you know yourself what certain things are worth and what it can do to the world. It can save a lot of people's life. Because life is life, and we're all living in the same world, the same circle. If we want to be different, but if we prove one thing, all we're doing is killing. Or unless I'm going to say this now, at the end of this whole life, I don't care who you are, what you're, rich or a politician, any of them, we're all very equal at the end, and when we're dead and gone, we're all the same. But I do know one thing, when you're in that box, there's no religion. It's all from one place, and it comes from the art, and that is for real. But sometimes we want it something back in return, because we think we might be right what we're preaching. I can't ever turn to religion, because I've seen too much about religion. My world is here now, and I don't want nothing back in return. Even what people see themselves, and I think, well, it's got to be true. No, I don't want to know about that, because if I do, it seems like I've got the answer. I don't want to know the answers. Let life give me the answer when I get travelling through. I'm going to say good night now, because I'm going to go have a kick in a minute. Bye.